Well, Blake Lively's back at it again, but this time suing a 27-year-old in Utah, Kimberly Hamner, over a trademark dispute. So we all remember the releasing of Blake Lively's hair care brand, Blake Brown, where she was promoting it during the It Ends With Us stuff. Super weird. We all remember it, right? Well, in September 2024, Kimberly Hamner, owner of the trademark Beauty by Blake, files the trademark application for cosmetic oils and serums. So now she's making her own brand. Blake is her maiden name. But then in June 2025, that's when Lively's company files the opposition to Hamner's trademark, basically saying that it's too similar. And then Hamner responds to the opposition, stating that Beauty by Blake is distinct enough from Blake Brown to avoid confusion. She also argues that Blake is a common name and that many third-party companies use the term. And basically all Blake Lively's trying to do here is like, oh, it's going to be too similar, it's going to cause consumer confusion. And basically she thinks that Kimberly Hamner is just trying to ride upon her coattails. But Blake, girl, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but right now you are just not that popular. And I honestly don't think that many people are gonna want to ride your coattails right now. And honestly, your like branding and stuff is so specific, and this is Blake Lively's brand, that no one is gonna go to Beauty by Blake and be like, I don't see a picture of Blake Lively here, and I don't see any of like the Blake Brown packaging. This must be Blake Lively's brand. Nobody is gonna do that. Everyone knows what the Blake Brown is, and then this Beauty by Blake, which is cosmetic oils and serums, whatever, like you can very clearly tell the difference. And now all this is doing is now Blake is worried about the consumer confusion and people like, oh, like I don't want my brand to get wrapped up in it. But now by doing this, you're wrapping your brand up in this, and people are going to go directly support Beauty by Blake because of you, because you're going out and trying to sue this girl just for using her maiden name and trying to like make her own business, get her back, whatever. Like now you're suing her and you're the one that's driving traffic to her brand. So if your goal was to get her whole thing, shut down and whatever, so that way she couldn't do her own, brand or had to change it or whatever, like you're just ensuring that her business is gonna freaking take off immediately. Which, good for her, like this sucks, and it's a nuisance to have to go through because that's her maiden name, and if she wants to create a company with her maiden name, she's allowed to. You don't get to police everything. But at the end of it, this is some great, like media for her. This is some great PR because the Blake Lively is coming out trying to attack her, and Blake Lively is not the most liked person ever right now. So people, just because it's Blake Lively, are going to directly go to Beauty by Blake and support her just because they don't want to support Blake Lively and think that this is stupid. So yeah, that's the tea. Blake Lively suing a 27-year-old in Utah because she filed a Beauty by Blake trademark, and she doesn't like that it's close to the Blake Brown trademark because, God forbid, people have the same name, right? Like nobody can have the name Blake or Lively in their name ever. She owns it forever. So if your name is Blake or your last name is Blake, you better go change it before you get sued.